Okay, we're recording. So welcome back, guys. It's Hangout number 3. And thanks for being here as always. And for those that couldn't attend, we have the recording that can be accessed at any time in the future. So tonight is a little bit more open-ended in terms of dialogue and what I'm going to share, but there definitely can be some Q&A and discussion if you want. You know, it doesn't have to be me or the speakers talking the entire time. If there's stuff that's starting to weigh on your mind or things that have kind of surfaced during your first couple of weeks going through the training, bring it to the attention of the group now. Bring it to my attention and let's talk about things if you're hitting roadblocks. Signing up coaches to grow your team is definitely something that comes easier for some than it does for others. And so hopefully tonight you'll gain some insight from those that have done a really good job with it, including my own, you know, and what I did when I started my business and how it's become what it is now. But there's no doubt about it that this business opportunity that you're involved with is largely built around recruiting new coaches onto your team. And for some people, that's an uncomfortable area. Some people are really good at the retail side. They can begin their challenge groups and do a really good job. I'm sorry, one second. I was going to mute Dusty, please, ready. Okay, so some coaches are really good at starting up challenge groups and getting occasional customers or people to purchase challenge packs and hit Success Club, and they call it a substantial retail business. And there's a lot of coaches that do that, and they'll earn hundreds of dollars a month at night, or even, you know, a few $1,000s a month just through their retail business. But the coaches that have these big giant 6-figure businesses, and now even 7-figure businesses, are the ones that have successfully recruited coaches onto their team. And so tonight we'll shed light on how some of us have done that so far. And then going into the posts that'll follow this in the daily education, there will be some videos that you'll see and hear from other coaches that have done a good job recruiting coaches to their team. So let me start, while we're waiting for Dusty, let me start by taking you to the back office, because I want to show you how, if you don't already know this, how you set coach placement. Because as new coaches come onto your team, there is a strategy around how to build your organization properly. And it's not like you can make tragic mistakes in doing this, but there are best ways to build. And if you don't know those strategies now, that's okay. But it's certainly something that you want to consult with your upline on as you bring new coaches onto your team. Don't just guess at where you should be putting the coaches in your downline. There is a strategy around how to do it properly. But what I'm going to take you to is a screen share. Okay, let's go to my back office. I'm going to go to graphical genealogy. Now, there's actually a couple of ways that you can set your coach placement, but there's one way that I prefer, and this is how I do it. So what I do is I'm logged into my back office right now. So once I get to my back office, I go to my downline, graphical genealogy, and that's going to take me to my business, my organization. And anywhere in my organization, I can place new coaches that I personally sponsor. And the quick and simplest way to do it, let's say, for example, I sign up a new coach tomorrow. Well, given the strategy that I'm using right now, I'm in the process of trying to build more volume on my left leg. I'm trying to build what I call my weak leg. It says lesser volume, so I'm building my weaker leg. And I'm just continuing to add coaches on my outer right and outer left leg as they sign on. But like I said, because my left leg is my weaker leg at this time by quite a lot, I'm adding more coaches to my left leg. So right here where this red highlighted stick figure is, because it's highlighted in red, that simply means that, and you can see the legend up here, The red indicates scheduled for preferred placement. That means that the next coach that I sign up in my business, that I personally sponsor, is going to be placed there. Okay? Now, let's say that it was blue and it wasn't red, but I know that somebody's going to sign up tomorrow, and I'm going, I know I want to place that coach there in my organization. I'm going to double click the blue figure, and it'll give me this message. This user has been selected for preferred placement. Would you like to save this change? And I click OK, let the screen refresh, and there it is. That's where my next coach will appear that I sign up. Okay, so that's just a quick and simple way that you can set your placement just by simply clicking the dotted figure as to where you want the next coach to appear. Let's say, for example, I wanted to place my next coach on the right side of Megan Peterson. Well, I'm just going to click that. It's going to give me the confirmation message. I click OK. Screen refreshes, and it's all set. My next coach would appear there. So you want to know, you should know in your head, where is my next coach going to appear that signs up in my business? And it's important that it's set properly. Okay, and if you're saying, well, I'm not sure where that person should be, let your upline know or let me know, and I can help you with strategizing. I shared a video this morning on coach placement, and it was Greg Plaskett who was talking about the importance of signing up a spouse, a significant other, or a close family member on your weak leg. And if you don't know which of your legs is your weak leg, you want to find that out. You want to reach out to the person that signed you up. And if the person doesn't know the answer, then let me know, and I can get onto my back office and see where you're positioned and let you know which is your strong and which is your weak leg at this point in your business. But as your business grows, the weak and the strong leg can change. It's not always the same. I'm sorry. It's not always the same. Or I should say it doesn't stay the same the entire time. It can flip-flop depending on the amount of volume that's being produced on either your right or your left leg. All right, so I'm not going to go into much more detail than that. It's stuff that will come with time as you speak to your upline and you learn about coach placement strategy. But let's go back to actually talking about signing up coaches. And so before I introduce Dusty, just to give you a little bit of how my business started, when I became a Beachbody coach in January of 2012, I didn't know a lot about the business, but what I did know that this was a huge opportunity. And so without hesitation, I immediately started contacting my friends. I started contacting my outer circle of influence and just really going for it. And I never felt like I was being salesy because you know what? I believed so wholeheartedly in what this was doing for people. And that's what has to resonate from you. If you are timid or unsure of, gee, yeah, I'm a coach, but I don't really know if that's going to come across. It's all about reaching out to somebody saying, look, I don't know how much you've heard about the Beachbody coaching opportunity. It's a business that I've recently gotten involved with, and I'm amazed at how it's affecting my life, and I'd love to share more with you. And just pique their interest enough that they say, man, you seem pretty excited about this. What is it? That's all you want to get people to do. Once they say, what is it? Well, then it becomes, okay, we've got to share with them the details of what coaching is all about. But before sharing what the details are all about, and I think this is what Dusty will touch upon, it's really sharing more about the benefits of what it can do for you on a personal level. You know, be it physically or financially or with respect to time freedom in your life, you know, all the things that people strive for in their lives, the things that we work so hard to achieve. What do we all want? We want a greater income for ourselves and our families. We want time freedom to do the things that we want to do in our lives and not be tied to some type of 9-to-5 corporate desk job every day. You know, and that doesn't mean you might not enjoy your job, but let's be honest, it'd be nice to come and go as you please. It's about having the time freedom to do what you want, when you want, and not having to worry about money. And being able to do something that I think is priceless. That's helping people with their health and fitness goals. That's what we do as Beachbody coaches. We help people get healthy and fit, and the world needs it. So to me, it was like a perfect alignment of stars that said this business is a no-brainer for so many people out there. So in the past 3 years, I have personally signed up 90 coaches over the course of the 3 years. And it's been not only for my own business, but for my wife's business, my mother's business, and my sister's business. I've been building all of them simultaneously. And recruiting is just something that I'm passionate about, and I love sharing the opportunity. So what I've just shared with you there is how I've primarily built my business through recruiting new coaches. The other ways that you can do it is kind of the back doorway. And sometimes these are the most effective coaches. The people that you can invite into your business are the customers that you've acquired. The customers who may be in your challenge groups getting results. They may be the people in your challenge groups that are the most vocal in terms of the posting that they're doing in the challenge group and the level of enthusiasm that they're sharing about their passion for the products or how much they love Shakeology. You just get a sense for who are the customers that love what they're doing via exercise and Shakeology. And those customers are perfect candidates to approach individually and say, look, you've been doing so good in my challenge group. I really think you'd be great as a coach doing what I do. And for some of them, it's kind of like an aha moment of, wow, I never thought about that. Like, I could do what you're doing. I don't need any certifications. No, yeah, we just make you part of my team and we give you the training on how to start your own challenge group. But you're so good at this. Look at the way your enthusiasm is shining in the group. Those are awesome candidates to become coaches. The other ones are people who maybe they're quiet and they're not even involved in the challenge group, but it could be a customer that they're loving Shakeology. They're drinking it every month. They're on Home Direct. You're doing them an injustice if you don't, within 2 to 3 months after they've started on Home Direct, if you don't reach out and say, you know what, you're doing great with Shakeology, you obviously love it, you should become a discount buyer. Use that terminology. You should become a discount buyer. And when they say, well, what is that? It's simply, we're going to sign you up as a Beachbody coach. You don't have to work the business, but you're going to save money on your own personal consumption of Shakeology. And that's the reality of it. And a lot of those coaches, when they become discount buyer coaches, now they're enjoying that 25% discount on their own personal use of Shakeology or any of the products that they're buying. And they, now that they've become coaches, plug them into, if they want, plug them into the team page. Whatever team pages you're part of, plug them in. And just let them see the enthusiasm and the success and the level of energy that our group is sharing, and and the passion that's being shown for what coaching is all about. In time, it's just, for a lot of people, it's just a matter of time, and then they go, this coaching thing, like, I'm really tired of my job, or I could use some supplemental income. I want to do something I love, and this just seems to make sense. Fantastic. Let's plug you into Coach Basics and get you started. So it's kind of it doesn't have to happen overnight. It's a long-term growth process, but sometimes you get in a groove and we're going to hear from somebody who's in a groove right now, and you sign up a lot of coaches at some point in your business. It's just something's clicking because you're doing something right, and it can be different for everybody. So with that, I want to introduce to you Dusty, and first time I'm getting a chance to actually speak to Dusty, and he's been rocking and rolling. He's part of Bonnie Scharf's organization, and I guess he signed up November 15th. I looked at it this morning. He signed up November 15th as a coach, and he has signed up 10 coaches, many in the past month. So let me unmute Dusty, and hold on, Dusty. Sorry, man. Here we go. Yeah, you're on, bro. Welcome and thanks for being here.
Hey, Don. Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. So congratulations. You know, it's really cool to see a new coach just come out of the starting
Thank you.
gate like that. And what are you doing?
You know, I don't. Well, I know, but I don't know. The thing is, it was totally on accident, and it was really a blessing that it was on accident. But Bonnie, who signed me up, I was actually trying to sell her something, and so we went out and we talked, and she just kept telling me about the Shakeology stuff, and I'd heard about it, and I work with a local friend's company that does nutritional stuff, and I told her that I'm good with all that, and I'm using his stuff, and I'm fine. And in her New York accent, she just kept saying, "You should try it." So I said, "All right, fine. I figure I'll try it if it'll get her to pipe down." Bonnie's a dear friend, so I say that,
Yeah.
it's fun. So I tried it, and she said, "Well, for $10 more, you can get this combat thing." I said, well, it'd be so. 2.5 years ago, I rode my bicycle across the country. I was in the best shape ever, and I was sponsored by Hooters, ate Hooters the whole way. After the bike ride, I quit exercising, I kept eating, and I put on a bunch of weight. And I was feeling old and just thought that I'm never going to be back in shape again. I tried to get back in shape, and nothing was really working. So Bonnie suggested that, and inside I thought, I'm done, I'm over the hill, but I didn't really want to be like that. But that's kind of how I felt. So I gave it a try. And to me, and I know they're discontinuing combat, but for a guy that acts like a 12-year-old, it's perfect because, it's play fighting and everything.
Yeah.
And it turned out I fell in love with it. I love the Shakeology. I love the workouts. And in 2 months, I lost 18 pounds. And, my Facebook, I also have a breast cancer charity. So I have a Facebook challenges. And I said, because I swore to Bonnie, word for word, I said, I'll try it, but I'm never, ever going to sell this. I'm not interested in it. She said, no problem, just try it. And so when I lost all that weight, I called her up and said, Bonnie, and I said, okay, fine. When I started seeing results, I said, if I can get down to 205, I'll tell some people about it. So I hit 205 and I said, Bonnie, I want to tell everyone about it. There's no reason I should keep this from people. I accidentally lost 18 pounds in 2 months. So while I signed up at one point, it took me really 2 months before I started putting anything out there. And then at that point, the most powerful thing I did was I shared my before and after photo.
Wow.
And so then what happened with that, I put that on Facebook, and I do have 1,000 people on Facebook. And so that gives me a captive audience. But I think that's also real important to know that you shouldn't use, it'd be easy to say, well, Dusty's got 5,000 people on Facebook. It's easy for him. But that's not necessarily true. And I worked hard to build up an audience of 5,000 people by giving them quality content that attracts that. And so I think you have to look at that at your Beachbody businesses. Are you giving people quality stuff? Because you can have 500 people on Facebook. If you give them, or even 50 for that matter, if you put out quality stuff, people are going to ask you about it. So you can have 5,000 people, but if all you're saying is buy Beachbody, nobody's going to do it. But if you could say, hey, I tried this, I didn't know much about it, I tried it, and look what happened, then people are going to say, well, I've had my struggles too. Can you tell me about it? So you have to hit people, and you can't sell people. So then the other thing, I see Quay up in the corner there. She's somebody that came on. She's a dear friend of mine. She's a cancer researcher and a marathon runner. And she was just, playing the devil's advocate. And she said, and this is somebody that does her research, obviously. She said, what qualifies you to be a Beachbody coach? And, cancer, marathons, I'm like thinking, oh, crud, how do I answer this? And I just simply said, well, this does. I lost 18 pounds using the product. So that's what qualifies me. All I need to do is tell people what worked for me. So sometimes I think we get caught up in our mind of, well, I'm not qualified to tell people, which then it goes back to you need to be a product of the product, which is obviously what they preach about. And that doesn't mean 2% body fat, but we have to come from somewhere where we were not before. So if you're 300 pounds and you lose 50 pounds, or you lose 100 pounds, or even if you lose 10 pounds, you still have a story saying, I might not be a Barbie doll, but this is where I came from.
Yeah.
And in fact, I think you can kind of connect with, there are a lot of pretty people in the organization, but there's a lot of people that are just struggling, everyday people. And I think when you can connect with those people with honesty and sincerity, that's when you see success.
Dustin, yeah, you've really nailed it on the head with sharing your personal journey and what the products did for you. That's what's really worked well for you. And it's a big point you're making with Beachbody saying, and the 3 vital behaviors, being a product of the product and walking the talk is your most powerful message. And it doesn't have to be something you're verbalizing to people. People are going to see it in you. And the fact that you took that step to do the before and after photos and show it, that's a big move for a lot of coaches. And it's also for a lot of coaches, it's like you break open the dam, because when you put yourself out there like that, and it's a brave thing to do. There's no doubt about it, to say, this is what I looked like before. This is what I look like now. That is the most powerful thing that you can do to get people on board. And I think I've been saying this since I became a coach, I think there's almost a disadvantage to people who are already really fit coming into this business, because it's like, well, I don't have a before and after that I can do. So what you want to do is then kind of take it to the other direction of, if you've been known as somebody who's healthy and fit, the fact that you're now moving into this arena and endorsing these programs and products and using them yourself will resonate with your circle of influence. That's what I had to do. I come from the gym world. I've been healthy and fit all my life. I've worked out for 25 years, so I didn't have a dramatic transformation, but I put my stamp of approval on these products as being among the best in the world when it comes to exercise and nutrition. And so that, for some people, was kind of like, wow, Don knows a lot about exercise and nutrition, so if he's that passionate about it, it must work. So if you're in that position of already being healthy and fit, well, then you need to scream on top of the mountain that I just found the best products and tools that can help people with weight loss, health, fitness, and so forth. But when you're somebody like Dusty, who actually had gotten a bit out of shape, turned to these products with no intention of working the business, and then all of a sudden loses 18 pounds in 2 months, it's kind of like, I'm crazy not to work the business. I can just share what I've experienced. So just, everybody has their own unique situation, if that makes sense. So Dusty, let me ask you this. So what you described is really good for actually getting people to say, hey, how'd you do this? And then obviously they would at least want to become customers. How did you get them to become coaches?
Well, and what you said first is real important, because that's a discussion we had with Quay too, who runs marathons. But what was cool is when she talked to me, she was like, I could use the products, but I have some people that I want to help. And I think that that's vital, because that's the way you need to go into it. You can go into it saying, sure, I'd like to work this as a business, but your primary thing really needs to be, I want to help people. Yeah. And so if that's how you're going into it, I think you're going to be in better shape. And granted, this has been a month for me, so I still got a lot of uphill battle to go. But the way I actually turned that into coaches was, I do, because in my mind, 18 pounds ago, I wasn't that out of shape. But then when I put that picture next to my new picture, I was like, wow, I'm fat and bloated and everything. So it's a shot against the ego to put that out there. But when I put that out, I had like 260 likes. It was one of the most liked pictures that I had. And then what Bonnie said was, you need to follow up with those people. And I said, well, what if I create like a free challenge group? Because she has her 21-day fix group. And she said, well, actually, that's what you're supposed to do. So I was ahead of the game on that. So I created my challenge group for people that were not the free challenge group that weren't Beachbody coaches. And I took screenshots of all of the, like on my phone, I took screenshots of all of the likes, and I'm still going through it. I'm about halfway through. And each day, depending on the time, I do at least 5, sometimes 15, sometimes 20. And I just cut and paste a message, personalize it a little bit, and private message each person that liked that post. And just say, I don't recall what the message is, but it's something to the effect of, hey, I'm working on health and fitness this year, and I've got some big goals, and I've created this group for people that have common goals. I'd love for you to be a part of it. And when people message me, they say, sure, I'd love to be a part of it. So my fear was I would start it and I would have like 1 or 2 people in there. And then I thought, well, 1 or 2 people is better than nothing, but we're up to like 65 now. So
wow.
And that's a passive thing. It's, it's some Beachbody, it's some regular stuff, but I don't want other people promoting other products on there.
Yep.
But if they talk about stuff, it's fine as long as it's not an overt, sell. And then that way it's kind of a safe place. It's a kind of a warming up of people. And then that's when I start getting private messages from people that say, hey, can you tell me more about this?
Man, you're sharing some great stuff. That's fantastic, man. Really, congratulations on everything that you're doing.
Well, thanks. I think your original question was, how do I sign them up as coaches? And maybe this is the newbie in me, but from everything I understand is it makes more sense to just sign them up as a coach as opposed to a customer. And so, you tell them you're going to save on the Shakeology each month, you save on the shipping. And then I always follow it with, by the way, if what happened with me is when I lost all the weight, people are asking how I did it. So if that happens to you, you just put them and you start doing that, your Shakeology is going to, you'll start getting your Shakeology paid for.
It does. It's fantastic. And it does make sense. When somebody's going to buy a challenge pack from you, well, they can become a coach for free. The coach sign-up fee is waived when somebody buys a challenge pack. So why wouldn't you make them a coach? It just is so logical. So think of it that way. You're getting the 2 Success Club points regardless if they sign up as a challenge pack customer or a challenge pack coach. And becoming a coach is free. So
I think you just have to get in their head. They're thinking, you're selling me, and just convince them that, look, it's just a better deal. I normally say that, look, you never have to sell anything. You don't have to sell anything at all. But in the event somebody asks you how you lost all your weight, we can get them signed up. You still don't have to sell anything. And
it's great.
So, my next, because now I have a bunch of coaches.
It's basically just dialing it down to the basics and what makes the most sense. And I think, can you guys hear me? Yeah, I know sometimes we're getting broken a little bit, so I apologize for the technical stuff. But it just makes the most economic sense. You're right, and to give that message of you're helping them with what makes most sense. You don't have to work the business, but this makes the most economic sense. You get some results, somebody asks you, then yeah, you have the ability to actually sell them a product and earn a little commission.
And it's fun too. I mean, it truly is fun. I love talking about it. A lot of times people will bring up other, competing products. And this is truly the one where you can say, well, P90X. Oh yeah, well, it's the same family as P90X. And then the byproduct of that is you still want to be fit enough. I broke down and had ice cream and stuff tonight. Shouldn't have had it, but I know I'm working out tomorrow. So it's the only business, or one of the few businesses, that you want to stay in shape, because that helps you promote the business more, which also helps you help people. So, you wake up and you're exercising and you're helping people. What other, that's a great business.
Yeah, it is. I agree wholeheartedly. Well, thanks a million, man. I can't say enough good things about what you just said, and Can't thank you enough. Are you planning on going to leadership retreat, the men's leadership retreat?
I don't believe so. I think the summit is what I'm lined up for.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Yep. And that's just a side note for everybody. Either the men's leadership retreat is a brand new retreat that they're doing. It was something that was organized by some of the top tiered male coaches to come together in Dallas on March 28th. And I put something up there on that. I'll be there. I'm hoping, some of you guys would be there, but if not, definitely Summit is Summit. If you haven't experienced it, and I know a few of you guys are going, it'll change you. It'll change you. You leave there realizing that this is more than just a little business you're involved with. This is a total movement. It's a total movement in society to change the health and fitness of America and soon other parts of the world. It's a wild feeling to be part of this. So it's going to be bigger than ever in Nashville, Tennessee this year. And they'll be doing ceremonies in the NFL stadium where the Titans play. So it's huge. Thanks a million, Dusty. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thanks for letting me share.
Yep. And I do want to give some time for any questions that people might have. But before I do, Allison, can I ask you to speak a little bit too? Are you all right with it? Yeah, I appreciate it. And I know we didn't expect this, but I didn't realize till now, Allison has signed up 12 coaches in the past 6 weeks. So 12 coaches in the past 6 weeks. Is that correct, Allison? Does that sound right? That's what I was just somebody told. Yeah, that is phenomenal. So let me just. Okay, yeah, you're unmuted now.
Actually, I'm pretty much doing similar to what Dusty just said. Just being a product of the product, and my whole team for the Team Cup is here, so I love them, and I just want to say hi to all of them. And they all know that I'm a teacher, so I work with a large amount of people every day. So that's a huge advantage, I feel, for me. I see these people every day, so I have years experience coaching people and having that mentality of what a coach has to do. And honestly, I just little by little, I started with just one teacher in December, my best friend that we work with every day. And she's lost like 18 pounds.
Wow.
And she has a lot to lose. So she's really working on it. And she doesn't exercise. And I signed up another girl who's a physical education coach, and she's working out. So now that my other friend sees how much more beneficial it is to work out, now Christina's starting to work out and she's seeing the benefits. And then it's just been a trickle-down effect. The girl I signed up today, she saw my post. Like Dusty said, it's just the posting. And I'm not good at the posting. Like, I can't go right out there and just be like, Beachbody, like you slow drip feed. Just little bits, a picture here and there. And then I can't remember who posted that one picture with their pants, and then they had their other pants laying over it to show the difference. Yeah. And I was like, ooh, I don't want to steal that exact idea, but I just held my pants up to me, and like everybody saw that. And several people at work just came right up to me. And the girl yesterday came up to me and said, I love that picture. And she's already thin, and she actually did Shakeology 4 years ago in college. But she's like, I was younger then when you were 20. Now she's 24. So, but she said she wants to get back to that. And she's already fit. She's just into nutrition. So she came to me and said, sign me up. I was like, okay. But I'm really excited because she knows I'm thinking already of her as like a potential, she's young and loves fitness. And I'm thinking business end for her. So I don't know, this week I've been I have like 2 other women that came up to me and just said, I need to do what you're doing. But it's slow. I still have to talk to them. I don't just say, yeah, come on. I say, well, I'll come meet with you. Yep. Because I need to talk to you. And it's funny because our librarian, she's in her mid-60s and she suffers from arthritis. And she said, can you help me? She just said that today.
Isn't it amazing?
And, I wasn't sure what to say. She's like, I don't know if I can afford it. And I'm like, it's okay. I'm like, I'll help you. Don't worry. Oh. So really, I've just been trying to do what everyone's been saying, but I have to I have to learn more about like the business side of it. Like I feel like the coaching side, and I feel like that's easy. But the inviting, like my team, we talk about the inviting and really like the challenge group. I have to get more comfortable with that. And I love the people on my team because we really try to tap into all of our areas of expertise.
It's so good.
And try to cut some of, we're not all strong at that. And I certainly don't feel strong enough to run my own challenge group, but I certainly don't mind tapping into everybody else's strengths and doing it together, which is, I know better for me. So I'm just hoping I can continue and learn more, especially the business side of it.
Yeah. And Allison, you are ready to run a challenge group. Trust me. I'm telling you, it's running a challenge group. Well, the guides are there, but you just like, I know because you're
in the back office.
Yeah, the back office guides. And like, if you're in a challenge group, the ones that you're in, I mean, Bonnie has really fantastic challenge groups. She's also pulling ideas from challenge groups that she's been a part of. And this is what happens. Like when you go to Summit, you will learn from the best coaches on how they've built incredible followings because of the stuff that you're already doing, Allison. You're already doing it. It's coming naturally for you. So you have a really, really exciting future ahead of you in this. You really do.
I'm really enjoying it. And it's really, I'm really learning, like, they say treat the business like a business. You all definitely preach that. And it's definitely a different animal. Because I get home from, there's a lot of teachers out there and a lot, just working. I'm on there at 6 o'clock in the morning. I can't even keep up with Richard. I'm like, what are you doing at 5:30 in the morning? And, just in the getting home. And then I'm sometimes on Facebook and on the phone till 12, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
But I have to be honest, I think the shake's giving me energy because I'm still doing it.
Yeah, I agree. I work late too, and I'm like, why am I not tired? And
why am I not tired? Yeah.
It's the chia seed.
Can I add something to that?
Oh wait,
also.
Go ahead.
Is my mic still open?
Yep.
Oh, the one thing that I wanted to mention too, and it's such a passive thing, is what I'm trying to do is when people sign up as a coach, encourage them to buy a T-shirt. My Shakeology T-shirt has already got me 2 people. So, and it opens up multiple conversations. So easiest thing in the world because people recognize it and they ask you about it. So everybody that wants to do this as a business should have some apparel to wear.
Yeah. Wear and share for sure.
Yeah.
It's on the list.
I live in my P90X3 hat when I'm out and about. I just always have my P90X3 hat and I get stopped in my tracks all the time. The last time it was in a Verizon store, and the girl behind the counter said, "Oh, P90X3." She said, "My brother tried to do P90X. It was really, really hard." I said, "Well, did he get through it?" And she said, "No." And I said, "Well, did he have a coach?" And she said, "What's a coach?" I said, "Well, I'm a professional coach. My job is to help people complete that program." And P90X3. What about you? What are you doing for exercise? She says, "Oh, I don't do much. I don't have time." I said, "Do you have 30 minutes a day?" And it just opens up the dialogue. And it's saying to somebody with confidence, I can help you. What are you trying to achieve? How much weight would you like to lose? You just ask people what they want to achieve and say, I can help you do that. I'd like to put you into one of my support groups. They're not going to say no, leave me alone. You just got to come out and be that confident in the fact that you're a health and wellness coach. You don't need to go ahead.
Yeah, that's huge is how do you start a conversation? And I've done that in a lot of other aspects, and whether it's my wildlife business or my pest control stuff. How do I get people to I wear bright pink jacket. I wear them to black tie things because it makes people come up and say, tell me about that. Why are you wearing that? So, and that's great for people like me that don't like to go out and sell people. So what can you do? What can you put on Facebook? What can you wear? What can you do to make people go, hey, tell me about that?
Yeah.
So look for conversation starters.
Big time. Yep.
Can I ask if you were to get a hat, like I wouldn't do P90X. I wouldn't wear a hat that says that because I I'm not, I'm still working on that end. But if you were to get a hat or a t-shirt, what would be the best to say, like Shakeology, or what would be like the best advertisement?
Are you asking me or Dusty?
Either.
What do you think, Dusty?
Well, I'm not as qualified as you, but I think Shakeology, because it's probably the most recognizable and enterable for people, if that's a word.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Shakeology, because
they can relate to it the best.
Yeah, it's the universal product in terms of, regardless of your fitness or what exercise program you're doing, Shakeology should be consumed. Also, just as a side note on that Shakeology infomercial is coming out in another month. That's a huge turning point, I think, in the company, because now you're going to see Shakeology on national TV. It's going to be combined with the 3-day refresh. So the 3-day refresh and Shakeology are going to have an infomercial, which, you see how good their marketing is when they do those infomercials. So all of a sudden, the people that are going to go, hey, that's that thing you're doing. And it's probably going to generate many more conversations. Yeah. All right. Does anybody have any questions for Dusty or Allison? Man, this is great information. Love it. Is there anything that anybody wants to ask of them? Right, Craig, thanks for the message. Yep. Craig is just saying he bought a hoodie and a compression shirt. I missed it. What was it? A hoodie and compression shirt. It says Beachbody Coach, has Shakeology on the sleeve, so on and so forth. And so when somebody says to me, what is Shakeology? My immediate knee-jerk reaction is like, oh, you never heard of Shakeology? I just look at it, it's just kind of like, wow, you don't know about Shakeology? Like, wow, it's the most powerful nutrition tool you can put in your body on a daily basis. And it's just the way you say it quickly and with confidence that gets people going, wow, tell me about it. Question just came in. Is there an age requirement for being a coach? 18 years old to be a coach. Okay. All right. So if there's no other questions for Allison or Dusty, I'll talk more about Shakeology and overcoming some of the objections that we commonly get. And I know, a lot of you shared the common objections you're getting for challenge packs or Shakeology, and 9 times out of 10, it has to do with price. Mm-hmm. People wishing there was something in between. And so I'll just share with you, there's questions popping in, guys. I'll hit those questions at the end. Otherwise, we'll just keep getting on tangents. So let me go through quickly how I share Shakeology and what I say to people, especially when they start giving me price objections. And so for me, it's all about that initial explanation of what it is, that punchline as to what Shakeology is. And it's a daily dose of dense nutrition, the best thing you can put in your body on a daily basis. I use that term a lot. It's a daily dose of dense nutrition, the best thing you can put in your body on a daily basis. And that's usually enough to get people to go, tell me more. Well, personally, I've been drinking it for 3 years, okay? And basically, it's a meal replacement. However, if you're not trying to lose weight, like me, I'm an athlete and I train hard, I'm not trying to lose weight, I add Shakeology to my normal daily food regimen because of the nutrients that I'm getting that I can't get from my normal food. But if you're trying to lose weight, it's a meal replacement. 70 superfoods that are sourced from around the planet, each having a specific purpose for the human body. It's gluten-free. There's 2 vegan flavors, and it's delicious. And it's only 160 calories. So I then, and then that's usually enough to people to get going with, okay, tell me more about it. That's when I don't answer their questions. I quickly turn the conversation, and this is what you want to get into the habit of doing. You have to take control of the conversation. So once you've answered what is Shakeology with those quick punchlines that get them interested, and they keep coming at you with questions, at some point, pause and say, you know what? I'm going to share everything with you about this. But first, tell me about your nutrition. What are you currently doing for nutrition? So now you want to learn about that person that's trying to ask you more questions about Shakeology. Turn the conversation to get to know their nutrition habits. Tell me about your daily food intake. What does a normal day look like for you? And just let them share. And there's a reason that you want to do this, because when it comes to the price objection, you can overcome it 9 times out of 10. So I'm letting them share with me what they're consuming on a daily basis, not only via food. And I'm sorry, I just want to do a quick mute here. Okay, so not only via food, but also what they're drinking. So I'll say to somebody, I want you to write down for me everything that you ate or drank for the past 2 days, from when you woke up to when you went to bed. Write it down, the past 2 days. And let them just jot down everything that they ate or drank for 2 days. And then with that, you can go into more details about, man, Shakeology is going to really help you achieve the things that they're trying to achieve. So in the course of conversation, yes, you do want to learn about, well, you know, what is it you'd like to change about your health, your fitness, your weight? Tell me about your goals when it comes to health and fitness. And people will tell you specific things about them. You can talk about how this shake, one shake a day as a meal replacement, is going to help you achieve these things. It's going to increase your energy. It's going to help you lose weight. It's going to increase your mental clarity and focus. It's going to improve your digestion. It's going to help you sleep better at night, and so on and so forth with the benefits of Shakeology. Talk about the physical benefits of what it's going to do for them. Now, then it becomes, and it only costs $4.33 a day. So you don't say it's $129.95 on Home Direct and you get it every month. When people start hearing that stuff, it's like brakes on. I don't want to be signed up for something where I'm getting it every month. And don't go there right away. Just start with, it's $4.33 a day. That's it, to get all those benefits. And just pause there. Let them respond. You know, if they're then going to say, well, gee, it's quite a bit of money. That's when I go, well, hold on a second. Let's take a look at everything that you ate or drank for the past 2 days. And now can you write down for me how much money you spend on each of these items? And certainly somewhere in that 2-day lineup of food and drink, there's something that you can circle and say, look, eliminate this and replace it with that shake for $4.33. This isn't costing you money when you're using it as a meal replacement. So I'm just sharing with you what I do, and it works quite well. I also give them a free sample. I give people free samples all the time. I have boxes on hand, typically chocolate's what I'm carrying around, because 8 out of 10 people are going to go for the chocolate. So I have packets of chocolate in my backpack at all times, along with the trifolds and the white Shakeology booklets. I give them a packet. I give them a trifold, possibly a booklet, if I really think this is going to be a customer. And I'll also share my favorite recipe. So if I don't have a recipe calendar on me, I will share what my favorite recipe is. Don't just have them go home and mix it with water and ice. Not that it tastes bad. I think it still tastes good with just water and ice. But it can taste a heck of a lot better when they have some type of recipe. So share your favorite recipe to get their wheels churning as to what they're going to make when they get home and try it. Okay? Does anybody have any questions on? Yeah, hold on. Let me unmute Sylvia. Hold on. Yeah, Sylvia.
All right. I have 2 questions. First of all, congratulations to Allison and Dusty. I do have 2 questions. As Dusty said, he lost 18 pounds. And instead of me losing any weight, first of all, I didn't want to lose any weight. but I gained 5 pounds on Shakeology. So when I'm talking to people and talking about losing weight and they asking me about it, and I personally gained 5 pounds, how do you explain that to them, or how do I explain it to myself? I don't think I did anything wrong. I replaced it with my snack meal. So I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong.
Did you want to gain any weight? Like, are you a thin person? I can't tell. Are you a thin person that wanted to gain a few pounds, or no, you didn't want to gain weight?
No. And
Okay.
I'm very active like you are. I'm teaching combat. I teach a lot of classes.
Mm-hmm.
I never had problem with my weight, but I did not want to gain anymore.
Did you mix it with a lot of fruit and peanut butter or stuff like that, or did you just have it with water and ice?
Usually I don't mix it with anything.
Did you replace a meal with it, or did you add it to your normal daily food regimen?
I replaced my snack meal with it.
What was your snack meal?
Usually fruits, a protein bar, some very light, maybe a waffle in the afternoon, just something, a light meal.
And over the course of how long did you actually gain 5 pounds? And were you exercise?
About a month.
About a month?
5 pounds.
I'm sorry, did you say 5 months?
No, first month I gained 5 pounds.
Okay, so in the first month you gained 5 pounds, and then you stopped drinking it.
No, I'm still drinking it, but that's my other question, the next question. When you say, or actually it says how many nutritions we have in it. And I was talking to someone explaining how good this is for you. And then they asking me, so how come you get sick? And I can't get out of it. I've been drinking it every single day and I just can't get better. How come?
Wait a minute, why are you sick? You said you got sick?
Yeah, I got a sinus infection, I got bronchitis, but I'm taking extra vitamin C. I'm drinking my shake every day. I think I'm living pretty healthy, and I would think this would help me to get out of it. And
I mean, I can't, without going.
I don't know. It doesn't give me more energy.
Yeah, without going into more specific details, I couldn't answer. I will share. I will share something personal with you. My wife stopped drinking Shakeology. Tammy stopped drinking Shakeology because she was starting to get some weird stuff happening too. She went and had gone through some extensive testing and had blood work done. Turns out she's autoimmune. She has an autoimmune deficiency. So there are health things that can happen. That Shakeology is not gonna. It's not a medicine, that's for sure. And I'm not saying you're sick. I'm not. I don't know what those causes could be.
Yeah.
But
it's hard to tell people when I'm talking about it, oh, it's so great for you, and you're not gonna catch this cold, you're not gonna catch this flu, you're not gonna catch it because of all the ingredients. And then here I am, I'm drinking it and I'm sick all the time.
Right. And like I said, it's not medicine. Shakeology is not a medicine for colds and flu and stuff like that. Yeah, but I do understand what you're saying. And I think it warrants more, personal research and understanding of your own health. It could be unique. I don't know the answer, and I wish I did. But I can say with confidence that the majority of people who replace a meal with Shakeology, they lose weight and they experience gains in their energy and the other benefits that we've talked about.
Yeah.
The last thing I would ask you is, how much do you exercise?
Usually almost every day.
And
not the last week, but before, almost every day.
You said you teach?
Yes.
Combat?
Yeah, combat, CX, water classes, different classes.
Okay, so I'll offer you one more thing, and I don't know your teaching schedule, but I used to teach too many classes. I teach body pump and body combat, and I used to teach way too many classes. I started getting sick. My body started breaking down. It was a slow, gradual process, and I couldn't understand it because I was like, man, I'm eating right. I'm drinking Shakeology. Why am I feeling the way I'm feeling? And why am I getting sick? Because I started to break down, and I stopped teaching more than half my classes. And felt 100% better within a few weeks. So it's just take a look at how much you're exercising. You're saying you're going every day. Do you give your body 2 days rest? 2 days of rest is really, really critical in letting your body take care of itself and repair and recover from all the working out. Just stuff to look at. And I'd be willing to connect with you personally offline if you want to talk more about it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, send me a private message if you want to get on the phone. All right. But I appreciate you sharing.
Okay.
Okay. Does anyone else have anything? Yeah. Sure. Let's see. Bear with me. I got to find Charlene. Okay, Charlene, you're on.
Hi, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, very good.
Okay, great. So I'm new to really getting into the coaching, and so I have a leg started. But as far as signing up my husband or any of the family members, do I start in the other leg right away and directly under me, or do I continue to build down on the first leg that's going?
You want to personally sponsor the first person, your spouse, family member, whatever it is, on your weak leg.
Okay. So I want 2 legs going right away.
Yep. You want 2 legs going right away.
Because I have 1 leg going right now.
Yep. Get
okay.
that one
That
going.
answered
And
okay.
you want to have, again, getting to the rank of emerald. I mean, that was a lot of the posting the past 2 days. It's
right.
Personally sponsored coach on your right, personally sponsored coach on your left. That starts your emerald journey. Now, if you have other coaches that are already in your downline because coaches above you have placed them there, and that will happen at times.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you have an active coach that signed you up, as they're building, they have to put coaches under you. But the point I want to make is those coaches, even though you didn't put them there, you're getting their volume. That's why this business can be very powerful. That volume is also, you reap the rewards of their volume, even though you didn't sign them up. But to get to emerald, you have to have 1 on the right, 1 on the leg, on the left that you personally sponsored.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
And then just one other follow-on question. Then when personally sponsoring other family, to them under myself or do the personal sponsor under like my next leg spouse?
Yeah, you would want to go outer right, outer left, outer right, outer left. There's actually a video that I will post this week. There's a coach mentor named Doug Fitzgerald.
Mm-hmm.
He's got some really great videos, and I'm gonna share those videos this week on the Coach Basics page, including the one on coach placement strategy.
Okay, perfect.
Okay? Yeah, and as you're in the beginning, guys, you basically want to go outer right, outer left, outer right, outer left, back and forth, back and forth. And what'll happen is all of a sudden the legs will start to take shape in terms of volume.
Mm-hmm.
Volume starts to happen, and over the course of time, one leg naturally becomes stronger than the other. Sometimes they're about equal, and that's fine. But as one leg becomes stronger than the other, you have a strong leg and a weak leg. And your business is maximized when you have a 2-to-1 ratio between legs. That's when you maximize your team cycle bonusing on a weekly basis.
Oh, right.
And if you don't, it's okay because the volume carries over. You don't lose your volume. It becomes carryover volume, which is another really cool part of the business. You don't lose volume that you're not tapping into in a given week. It just carries over to the following week. I don't want to confuse you because if this is still a new arena for you, you might be like, what is he talking about? And
I just want to be started off right and I'll follow suit.
Yes, exactly. It'll all make sense as your business grows. Just in the beginning, just the outer right, outer left, spouse or significant other on the top of your weak leg is good strategy to begin with.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Great, thank you.
Okay. Anyone else have anything? Okay. Let me show you a couple quick things and then we can call it a night. I want to take you to the back office again. Share screen. Okay. And under sales and marketing, business tools. When it comes to Shakeology, you know, I've had coaches reach out and say, well, how do I get those trifolds? How do I get videos to share and flyers and all that good stuff? Well, when you go here to product toolkits, and we scroll down, and keep in mind, it's for every program or product that Beachbody offers. But when you scroll down to Shakeology, look at the world of information you have at your fingertips. I mean, product training guides, Shakeology 101 training. It's a PowerPoint that you can use to educate people. The ingredients and benefits chart, the comparison chart, actually comparing Shakeology to other popular shakes that people ask about, how to share it. I can't say enough good things about this toolbox in your back office. Frequently asked questions, the Shakeology books, marketing and social media tools. Look at all this stuff you have. E-cards, social postcards, videos. All these videos you should have watched. These are great sharing videos with potential customers. Keeps on going. I mean, look at all the stuff. I'm just sharing this with you so you know where to access it. You might even have people, check this out, you might even have people say, God, this thing sounds so great, but I don't know, my doctor, I'm on meds and I'm going through some health stuff. I'm not sure if my doctor would approve it. Here's a Dear Doctor letter that they can give to their doctor for them to get approval from their doctor, so on and so forth. You've got wear and share, purchase Shakeology apparel, what we talked about earlier, the brochures. When it comes to the brochures, right here, let me show you. Okay, this is the brochure. This is the front of it, and then there's the back of it. It's actually a trifold. Right here, okay, is where you can customize with your information. And I know some of you might be looking at this going, oh, this is that thing that Don said was going to do edits for me, and I was going to get my trifolds, and I completely dropped the ball. But my marketing person is doing that work now. So what I'm saying to you guys for being here tonight, listen carefully to this. Listen carefully. If you want a trifold like this, okay, it's a beautiful PDF. And right here it says to purchase. Shakeology is available through your Team Beachbody coach, in this case, Gold's Gym Newburgh. $139.95 bag on site. This is because we sell the bags in the gym. Ignore that. Or order at myshakeology.com/Gold's Nutrition. $129.95 a bag, $4.33 a serving via home direct. I can replace my information with yours if you want. I will have my marketing person make the edits to this trifold, and I'll send you the PDF, and you can print them off on your end. So that's your gold star for being here tonight. So if you want that, I just need you to post on the Coach Basics page. I just need you to post, write this down because you got to get it right. I just need your name, your coach name, your email address, and your Coach Shakeology site. So it'll be myshakeology.com/ whatever your URL is. So let me repeat that. To have your own customized trifold, I'll have my marketing person do this for you. Just write down or send me your name, your email address, and your Shakeology website. And I will have these PDF'd and sent to you to print off on your end. Awesome sharing tool to give out with packets. Okay? All right. Just got one other thing to show you. Going back to the back office here. When it comes to your business, over here under news and training, okay, back office, Coach Online office, news and training, meeting resource center. When you go to the meeting resource center, this has got a lot of cool information. I'm going to talk about fit clubs next week. But what I want to take you to right now is here, Beachbody Shake and Share event. This PDF will help you blow out your own successful Beachbody Shake and Share event. Before you know it, you'll be inviting your guests to take the Beachbody Challenge from the comfort of your own home. This is a PDF on how to host your first Shake and Share event if you've never done so. It gives you how to do this, call it in-home presentation about Beachbody and a tasting and a sampling of Shakeology. I've done this twice. Where we invited friends, family, people we knew to say, hey, we're celebrating our business. My wife and I are really excited about it. Come on over and just try this stuff. But on top of that, it was a party. So think about it this way. Don't make it a salesy, stuffy, everybody sit around. I'm going to talk about Shakeology, and then we're going to try it. And then, oh, do you want to buy it? No. Have the wine and cheese and make it a party. It's a social event celebrating your business. This is just my feeling on it. But Shakeology, you've got blenders out, you've got recipe calendars, you've got product literature, you're making samples, you make Shakeology desserts. They've got some phenomenal Shakeology desserts using the recipes on your Shakeology website. Get that stuff out amongst the people at the party, okay? And then take a 10-minute time out. Talk about your excitement as a Beachbody coach. It's not only with Shakeology, but the fact that you can have people invited to your support groups for exercise and nutrition using Shakeology. Follow this document, guys. This document is great. It talks about how to invite guests. It gives you scripts, how to invite via Facebook and email.